Okay. Yeah. Um, oh my god. Of course. The first time I tried to make a video in, however many fucking many months, I run into every possible problem on the face of the earth. On the face of the earth. You don't, I don't understand what just happened to me. I recorded, like 48-minute long video talking about everything, got really emotional, like poured my heart and soul out. There was no sound. To be fair, I was using a program I hadn't used before, so I thought that was the issue. Then went to record a video here, no sound. No sound. Couldn't figure it out for like probably an hour, a straight hour, because all of my microphone settings were on, but my microphone wasn't picking up anything. It wouldn't play sound on my computer. Don't know fucking why that happened. Got to figure it out because I'm a genius. So we're back in business. Okay. Well, time to start that 48-minute video all over again and gab about everything. Okay. Let me start by apologizing like I did last time. I am sorry that it's been this long since my last video. I really intended on making videos consistently, but to be really honest, college has kicked my ass. It's kicked my ass. So, I wasn't really in a headspace most days to, want to make content, even though that's why I started this channel. But I think that in of itself is really honest. So I apologize. I will try to fill you in on everything good and bad that has happened, and all my feelings regarding it. But, yeah, I wasn't in the best space, for a while. So I didn't really have the energy or the time, to make a video this long and edit it and do everything. Oh, sorry, it's really late. I only like recording these videos at nighttime for some reason. So, anyways, where do I start? The last time I talked to you, I had just started college. I wasn't even doing classes at that point. I was waiting to start classes, and it's been 4, 5 months since that. And let me tell you, a lot has changed. A lot of shit has changed. Also, please ignore my bangs. It's not my mom's fault, but apparently I really hate the feeling of hair going into my eyeballs, so I wasn't really holding still for her. It's okay. They're a little bit chopped. It's fine. They're cute. But yeah. How do I start? Put my hair down. I was really stressed at the beginning of the year. I was hopeful. I was really hopeful. Also, hair check. Look how long it's got. Um, but I was really stressed, but I was hopeful. The thing I was most scared about, honestly, was my housing. Oh my god, sorry. My housing, my dorm room, was something I was most scared about. Academics wasn't even really something I was that worried about, because I've always been a really high graded student. But let me tell you, it was the exact opposite. I really struggled. I really struggled. I have a really hard time procrastinating. Because my brain gets kind of overwhelmed. And there is a lot to do constantly. I'm a theater student, so when I tell you practices started almost immediately into the school year, and we didn't stop until like right before school got out for other reasons. And that's like 3 hours every single night. So we're busy bees. We're busy bees. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love theater. I love practice, but it can get tiring. it can get really tiring. And you put on homework and expectations of yourself and taking care of yourself and still having a social life and just letting yourself sit and breathe. And it can get a lot. It can get to be really whole hell of a lot to handle. And I didn't cope with it well. College is a hard transition. There's no getting around that. It doesn't matter if you're the most social butterfly in the world. It doesn't matter if you're the best academic. College is hard. It's really hard. Because you have expectations of others and expectations of yourself going into it, and you're an adult. And that's it. Unless you're like 14 going to college, which good for you, honestly. I couldn't do it. But yeah, I mean, it's not like all those people that are like, oh, college is so hard because your professors are all gonna hate you and be mean. And no, it's not like that. I love my professors. They're the most kind, considerate people. I literally texted my professor panicking the other day because I was like, I'm not gonna get your final done in time because I have all this. And she was like, it's okay. It's fine. Breathe. So yeah, I mean, I love my professors. They're the best. Not saying that every professor is gonna be like that. Obviously, they're not. But I don't know. The hardest transition about college is that you're expected to be an adult and know what the fuck you're doing and be fine while handling that and essentially high school on crack. Like, it's hard. It's really fucking hard. And I broke a lot. I don't handle stress well. I don't handle that kind of pressure well. My brain catastrophizes everything it gets the opportunity to. And I really have a hard time breaking things down into doable chunks. My brain's kind of all or nothing, and that really hurt me at times because there was so much to do, and my brain kind of shut down and panicked and said, well, we can't do that, so we're not going to even touch it. And that got me into a deeper hole because then more homework piled on and then more shit came over and then I was even more stressed. Yeah, I mean, like there were days I would go home finally and I would just sob. I would just break down. I'd have a panic attack because I felt like a failure. I felt like a horrible person. I felt like I sucked. I couldn't do anything right. I couldn't live. I didn't like deserve to go to college. I was a bad adult. I couldn't handle it. Like, I broke a lot. And some of the only things that really got me through was having people talking. I love my parents a lot. I love my mom and I love my dad. They're great. I mean, like, they just saw what I was and how I was feeling, and instead of making me feel like more shit about it, they kind of just went, yeah, you made a mistake. Or yeah, that sucks. But then they kind of picked up the pieces and helped me figure out what I was supposed to do next. I think one of the biggest lies and the biggest reason that college is so hard is because we're not adults. I mean, we are, but we're not. You know, turning 18 and going to a different school doesn't immediately make you an adult. It doesn't make you have the experience or the footing or the understanding of an adult. It just gives you the label of one. And you kind of have to figure it out from there. And even people in their 30s, like my parents still don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that's reassuring to me because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing ever. I am constantly lying to myself. I am constantly trying to figure out what I need to do next. Or what's the right answer, or should I be worrying about this even? Or do I need to worry about something more? Or do I worry about these two things at the same time? Or when do I feed myself? Or do I do this and then feed myself? Or do I just skip dinner because I have so much homework to do? Or like it's too much. It's so much. And too many people just go through it alone. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to try. And I know I'm very lucky, and I'm incredibly privileged to have the support system at home that I have. And to have made friends. I made so many friends, and I'll talk about them later. But they're amazing, and they kept me together, and they reassured me that I wasn't bad, that I wasn't broken, that I wasn't a failure, that I was just a kid living through the first semester of college, and it's fucking hard. I had mentors that I would cry to and tell them I'm failing, and I don't know what to do, and I can't figure it out, and they would just tell me, you're doing great. You're okay. You're doing. That's it. You're just doing. You're doing your best. And even if doing your best feels like failing, you're still trying. You're still doing. There's not. That's the most you could do, is doing. You could try. Okay? Because a lot of times that I felt like I was a failure, I had a person pull me back, let me breathe, and then I did it. I was fine. And I lived. Hell, I got past the second semester. I'm in Christmas break. That's why I know it's blurry. I have settings on my camera. My posters and everything. I'm at home. I made it. I lived. It's just, you just gotta do it. You don't have an option. And that's something that I had to tell myself a lot this year. Is that just do it. You don't have the option to not. You're gonna do it. You're gonna get through it no matter what, because you have to. Because you don't really have a choice. And that helped. That helped, because instead of just sitting down and catastrophizing about everything and telling myself I was a failure and that I wouldn't make it past it, I just had to. There was no choice. There was no option. Whether I did good or bad, I still had to do it. And yeah, I mean, college, in retrospect, looking back at the first semester, was great. I loved it. I loved my friends. I loved the work I was doing. I have so much that I've accomplished that I can't wait to talk about. But I can't lie and say that most days I wasn't horrified, or at least mildly panicked, because I was. Because I was stressed, because I was behind on things and I was trying to catch up, and I was trying to juggle things while being sad and anxious and trying to push through while procrastination was rearing its ugly head, and having to, smile and just keep doing it even when all I felt like doing was laying down and crying. Because I didn't have a choice. I wish it would have been easier. I really do, because there were so many points where I thought about giving up. I thought that I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't do it, that I had only been good enough for high school. In all aspects, in acting, in academics, in everything, I thought, you know what, maybe I'm just one of those people that is only good until high school. And then I just stop. I got really scared for a little bit, because, theater is my dream, but I kind of lost hope for it for a second, because I felt like such a failure. But now, I made it through 2 shows. One of them I was on stage for, the other one off stage for, and I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm okay. I made it. It was okay. And I'm gonna go into second semester, and, if I have sad days, if I have anxious days, if I have bad days, if I have depressed days, if I have just days, I'm gonna get through it, because I have to, because I don't have the choice not to. And I'm gonna have my friends, and I'm gonna have my family, I'm gonna have my girlfriend, and I'm gonna be okay. Because I was okay this time. Because it's just school. I mean, it's more than school, but it's just school. It's not the end of the world. Failing a class isn't an end of the world thing. It's not good. It's not good. I'm not advocating to flip classes. But you get what I'm saying? It's not gonna end you. It's not decisive on whether you're a good person or whether you'll make it in your dream or whether, you deserve to eat lunch. It's just a class. It's just school. The hardest part is learning how to live in this new identity, in these new expectations, and these new responsibilities, and these new stresses, and these new fears, and still wake up every day. And fuck, most people almost 3 decades older than me still don't know what the fuck they're doing. There's nothing I can stop about that. You just have to do. There's nothing you can do past that. It's an experience. You can't read a textbook. Sure, you can probably learn to do taxes early or some shit like that, but you can't read how to be an adult. You have to live to learn. And this first semester was just me living. That's it. It was just me living my first semester as an adult away from home for the first time, which was really scary and sad at times. I got really homesick a lot. And being a theater college student, I didn't really get the option of going home every weekend. Or even for more than one day. I didn't really get that option. Which is okay. I mean, it's sad and I don't like it, but it's what I have to do. And so I just do it. But now, hallelujah, I am home for at least a month and a half, which will be so nice, because I really miss it. I miss my family, I miss my dog, I miss my girlfriend a lot. Luckily, she can drive up and meet me in college sometimes, but I really miss her. I miss not being 15 minutes away from my favorite people, so, but yeah, so that's the depressing part. That's a really depressing part. How about, my friends. Let's talk about my friends. I'm trying to remember what all points I hit in my last video because it didn't work. Sorry. My friends, I have so many friends, and I love them so much. So much. They mean the world to me, and I can't imagine not having them around. Honestly, like, they're what I thought I had before. And that sounds weird. Not going into it much, because I don't want to, and I don't think it's necessary. I had a really weird, friendship breakup, friendship ending. It makes it out to sound like a really big event, but it was honestly gradual and slow and quiet, and it really hurt. And a lot of days I grieved it. But I have all these friends, and they're so cool. They're so nice, and I love them. And they just say I love you. Just to say I love you. And they'll look at you even on your worst days, and they'll say I love you about the parts of you that you hate, that you think don't deserve to be loved. And on my worst days, when I felt like such a failure, I would be at their house, and I would talk about it, and they would just say, you're not. And they would tell me how they were struggling too, and how I wasn't alone, and how this semester was just hard and weird, and I would get through it and it would be okay. So many of them helped me just by being there, just by existing. I essentially lived at one of their houses for a really long time because it felt like home. It made me less homesick, and I liked being around people I love, and I was just really sad, and it helped. I don't know. I love my friends so much. They're all so talented. They're so talented. They go on stage and they're happy, and they do so well. And it's such a joy to watch them go on stage and transform. I love theater. And one of the biggest reasons I love theater is because so much of theater is community. I don't like theater. I don't love theater because I get to stand on a stage and people get to look at me. I don't like when people watch me. Not in real life. I don't like being perceived half the time. But when you're on stage, you're putting a piece of art out into the world to be seen and to mean something. And when you're on stage with people you love and you get to share that message together, or you just get to watch the people you love put that message out there and see how it affects the world, it's so cool. And it's so important. And it makes me understand why this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. Theater means so much to people. Art means so much to people. And to have such a direct place in that art is incredible. My friends are artists. I love them. They're so good. And they deserve to be watched. They need to be watched. Their portrayals and their heart and the passion that they put into this is admirable. I mean, I was there at every practice, but I wasn't on stage for one of the shows. Some of my friends were on stage for both of the shows. Do you understand how much work that is? That is months of active, constant practice, constant working, constant juggling of everything, constant tiredness, constant exhaustion, constant stress. And they still did it. And it was so goddamn good. I love my friends. I love them so much. I wouldn't have guessed how much I would love these people. And I'm really glad I went to the first practices I did. Because starting the year, there were 2 shows. I auditioned for them both because I'm on scholarship, and that's what was required of me. I didn't get on stage for the first show, which was As You Like It by William Shakespeare, but I did get on for the second show, which was Elephant and Piggies Are in a Play. The first show, I didn't have a named part, a named role. For scholarship, you kind of just have to be around to assist. It's required of you. So I was kind of just put on construction, painting, anything background. But yeah, I wanted to be in the theater. I wanted to see these people. I wanted to get myself implanted into it. I wanted to understand how it worked, how our director worked. And so I would go to practices every night, even though I wasn't needed, I wasn't called, I wasn't required. I wanted to watch, and I wanted to be a part of it because I wanted to feel like I was doing as much as the people on stage were. Because it didn't feel right to me to not be doing as much as them, even if I was off stage, even if I wasn't like run crew. I wanted to be doing as much as them. I wanted to be putting as much as myself into the show as they were. And it paid off. Because later on I got promoted, repositioned to assistant stage manager. And I had never done anything like that before. I've always just been an actor. I've obviously helped with set before and I've painted, but I in our high school, there weren't really any named positions outside of like construction. Besides run crew and lights and sound, but this production had so much, and I was nervous. I knew a little bit of what was expected of a stage manager, but I didn't know how they did it in the show. I didn't know how this director wanted it or how college level stage managers worked. And so I was nervous. I wanted to do right. I wanted to prove that I deserved a spot in this theater and that I could do what was needed of me and I could support the group and be worthy of placing in other spots. And I think I did that. Yeah, it was so much fun. And it was a great learning experience too. I got to read people their lines, which was so much fun. I got to kind of just exist and help people when they needed it, which I love doing. This is one of my favorite things. I love supporting people. I love being a helping hand. So sorry, my nose is so fucking. Oh my god, sorry. No. Um, yeah, I got to be on headset, which was so much fun. That was just so much fun. I got to listen to the people in the booth, and our stage manager, who I was assisting, and I got to get cues. Not cues. I got to get like helpful comments or answer questions or help with quick changes or find people or all that fun stuff. It was so great. I loved it, and that also meant I got to watch every single show. I got to be right on the sidelines, and it was so much fun. And yeah, it was such a good show. It was an incredible show. People loved it, and they had a right to, because it was so good. Everybody did phenomenal. And our respondent loved it. Our respondent gave our director a recognition, which she deserves. I love our director. So many people did so fantastic in that production. And it was such a pleasure to just be there. And I got so many thank yous for my job. And I didn't even feel like I did that much. But I'm so thankful that I wanted to be there. And I put myself there because if I hadn't, then I probably wouldn't know my friends like I do now. I wouldn't have had the time to get to know them or be around them 24/7 or anything like that. And now I love them so much. They're probably one of the main reasons I made it through college this far. If I'm being so honest, I I don't know how I would be right now if I didn't have a group of people in that school that I trusted or felt cared by for. And it means a lot to me. It really does. But yeah, I love my friends and I love the school. And one of the other hard things I did this year, but something that I'm really proud of and really grateful for, was our musical, Elephant and Piggies We're Gonna Play. Because it's a children's play, and children's play in our community theater go big. They are huge, and they're a lot of work. The joke is kind of, after you do it, you're gonna be talking about it like an old veteran or something, or like, back in my day, like shit like that. Like, it's hard. It is hard. It is meant to be. But yeah, that show had so much. It was constant. It was constant movement, constant singing, high energy. We were moving around the aisles. We were moving around everywhere, and it was hard. It was so hard. Like months of every single night, 6 to 9 or later, practicing vocals, practicing dance moves, practicing script, practicing what we were doing, practicing energy, practicing movement, practicing everything. It was hard work, but I loved it. It was fulfilling. It was great. It was a great space. And sure, we got stressed and started going on each other's throats for a small period of time, but it happens. It happens. We're all tired. We were all tired. We were all stressed, and we were all sad for different reasons, but we still showed up and did the show, and I loved it. And I got to assistant dance captain. I got to be in a dance class this year with one of my best friends. It was only us two in that class. And we got to learn choreography. We got to make choreography. We got to then teach choreography because we were dance captaining the show, which we later got a commendation for, which was so cool. But yeah, there were dances in that show that I made some of the choreography for. There's a dance in the show that I taught, not our dance teacher. It was so cool. It was so cool to just have that. And to know that, like, starting the school year, I would not have been able to do that. That it was not something I even saw myself doing. I was scared of it. But ending the show, it was so fun. I had this new level of respect for myself and trust in myself. And it was awesome. The children's shows are so hard and they're so weird, because they are 17 shows in a row. um, 3 shows a day, 5 days in a row, and then 2 matinees. And it's hard. It's just hard. You're at the place by we were at the place by 6:45. And we left at like 3 probably. And for the most part, there were no breaks. There were breaks, but there was like resting for maybe 5 minutes before we had to go out and greet more kids. And then we had a lunch after the second show that was pretty short. And then it was straight back to greeting kids. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was very tiring. I had shoes that really fucking hurt my feet, to the point where it hurt to move, like excruciatingly bad. By the end of the shows, and I had shin splints. If you don't know what that is, it's tiny, like, hair fractures in your shin. And that really hurts to dance on, and move on, and exist on. And yeah, but we, again, didn't have a choice. We just had to do it. And it was so worth it. We had, I'm gonna say 1,000, it's probably not 1,000, but a lot of kids. We had at least 200 kids per show, for the most part. And they would come in, and some of them would be so excited, but most of them would either be shy or confused or uninterested in why they were about to see a bunch of idiots jump around on stage. And by the end of it, they would walk out and they would hug you, and they would smile, and they'd be talking about it, and they'd be laughing, and they'd be happy. And during the show, we had the opportunity to walk down the aisles, and so many kids would grab for me, or smile at me, or beg me to touch their hand, or ask me questions, or just look at me like I fucking spun the world. And it was so cool, because I don't know those kids. I don't know what they go through. I don't know what their lives are. I don't know if they're sad, or if someone at home tells them bad things about themselves, or if nobody cares to be their friend or stand in their corner, or if they feel like a failure, or if they've just never seen a show before, or they've seen a show before and it's one of their favorite things, but they don't think they could ever do it. And and to them I was worth grabbing. And that's so cool. That's what I want. I want to be somebody worth grabbing to people. Not because of me, but because of my characters. I want what I'm doing on stage to mean that much to people. And all those kids, we meant something to them. They were happy, and they were excited. And we looked at them, and we saw them, and we cheered with them, and we danced with them, and we played with them. And when they walked out, we high-fived all of them, and we hugged all of them, and we thanked them. And it was so nice, because at the time, I felt like a failure. I was sad and stressed out and angry at myself and upset and tired and in pain. But those kids looked at me and they saw their friend and a cool person and somebody who was on a stage and who got to come down and high-five them because they were special. And that's what's worth it for me. Schooling, academics, I appreciate that, but if I could just do that, I would. If I could make it anywhere in my field, just doing shows and not doing schoolwork, I would. Because that's what I really care about. It's what I love. I mean, learning stuff is so important. I'm not saying that. Learning stuff is incredibly important, and I feel like I've learned a lot from my classes I've taken this year, but so much of theater to me is the experience of it, and pushing myself through it, and getting into it, and doing it, and it's my favorite thing. It really is. I don't know. I've met some of my favorite people doing theater. I met my girlfriend doing theater, my now friends doing theater. I love my mentors. I love my directors. I love all of these people. They all understand. They all understand. And it's so awesome. It's my favorite. um, yeah, I don't know. I have so many friends. Um, something I mentioned in my other video that didn't work. I have an older brother figure. I mean, he's my friend, but I'm gonna group him a little differently because we have a different dynamic. But he is the best. Um, I love listening to music with him. I love playing music with him. I love just talking with him. I'm an only child, and so I've struggled with feeling lonely throughout my life, and I know probably that I wouldn't appreciate a sibling. Just having my own space throughout my life is a privilege, I understand. But it's not a dynamic I ever got to have, and it's something I was sometimes envious of when people would talk about their siblings or play with their siblings or laugh with their siblings or feel like, you know, they had a strong connection or like a strong bond. And I didn't have that because I didn't have the opportunity to have that. And I've had older brother figures before, but they aren't really in my life right now. And but he's great. We got to do a duet together, which is really cool. And we're actually bringing that duet, hopefully, up to a thespian convention, sometime soon, which is really exciting. But yeah, I mean, he's like all my other friends, but we do have a slightly different dynamic, and it's really awesome because without him, I don't think I'd be okay right now. I don't think I'd be great. He checks up on me a lot, and he makes sure I'm okay. And he helped me with so many of my assignments, or just continuing to support me even when I felt like I didn't deserve it. He's great. I love him. He's wonderful. I love all my friends. I love them all. I've met so many people that I never want to let go of. And it's really hard because so many of them are leaving this year. But they're not getting rid of me that easily. Yeah, I love my friends. And, no! And my friends love me. My friends love the people I love. Not all of my friends have met my mom, but some of my friends have met my mom, and they love my mom, and I love my mom, and all of my friends love my girlfriend, which is who wouldn't. But it's really cool. I say that like they aren't friends. They are friends. But my girlfriend doesn't go to the school I go to, and so whenever I would gush about my girlfriend and talk about her in front of them, they'd all be like, "Oh, we need to see her. We need to meet her." And now she's part of the group, and they love her, and they ask for her all the time. And every time I say I miss her, they say, "Oh, me too." And it's so nice. I miss having people that want me around. And that sounds so depressing, which it is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say it isn't. Haven't had the best time this last year with feeling like that in my friend group. Sorry, fuck, don't zoom in on me fixing my bangs. It's embarrassing. This is nobody's fault but my own. My mom tried to help me fix my bangs, and apparently I really hate the texture of hair going into every orifice on my face, so I was wiggling around a lot, so they're chopped because of me, but it's fine, they're cute. I just gotta... Maybe later I'll just try to have her fix them again, or my girlfriend. She can handle me. Okay, sorry, they're pissing me off. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna ignore them. We're gonna ignore them. Okay. Ooh, okay, I think that fixed it a little bit. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just gonna block them out right now because they're pissing me off. But yeah, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, they love my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend. We hang out so much. It's so nice being around people that want you around. It's so nice being around people that appreciate you and want you and love you and accept you and, don't make you feel shitty for existing as yourself. It's really nice. Which sounds like that shouldn't be something you have to say, but sometimes it is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to be home. And then in a little bit, I'm gonna get to go to a Christmas party with my friends, and then bring one of my friends back, and then watch Stranger Things, which I could talk to you about, but this would be 3 hours long, and we don't need that. Not for this YouTube channel. I mean, I guess I could. It's kind of my own channel. It's kind of about me, but not today. Not right now. Nobody needs to hear that. Yeah. Oh, what about, I think I'm allowed to tell you this. I don't know why I wouldn't be. I think I'm allowed to tell you this. But auditions happened for next semester's shows. We have These Shining Lives, which is the first production, which is a retelling of Radium Girls. And then we have Little Shop of Horrors. Auditions were so much fun. I loved doing them. I did acting. I did cold reads. With some of my favorite people, including my older brother figure, which was so cool because we had talked about it before, how we wanted to do a cold read together for a specific character in a specific scene. But yes, we got to do cold reads, and I got to do singing auditions. I got to do callbacks for the first time in my life. I got to do dance auditions, which I felt so good about because I had taken dance and I had learned choreography, and I was so excited about that. And I think I kicked my singing audition out of the park. I talked to my vocal lessons teacher who was running it, and he said I did incredible, and I felt really good about it. I felt really good about my acting. I felt so good about it. I felt like I did a solid leap from the beginning of the year, and it's so much thank you to all of my mentors and just the experience of being around these people and growing personally in like my confidence. But drum roll. I got Audrey! I got Audrey in Little Shop. And I am so excited. I really wanted Audrey. I wanted Audrey so bad. And I am so thankful that I have the opportunity to play this character. If you had told me at the beginning of the year if I thought I could get Audrey, no. I felt out of place. I felt really out of place, out of depth. I thought everybody was better than me. And not in like I hate these people, they're better than me. And just like these people are at a different level than I am, and I don't know if I can reach that. And so yeah, I don't know, I was really nervous, because I really wanted Audrey, but I'm not one of those people that's like, if I don't get the part I want to do a show. I think all parts are important. I think any experience is really important. And I just don't think that's a good outlook on life in general. Because I would rather get a part I didn't want and show the director that I am able to do any part well than bitch and moan about it. So I went into auditions with a very confident but open mind. I was so excited, and I got the part. And I am really happy about it, and I think I'm gonna do a great job. And I can't wait. I can't wait at all. For These Shining Lives, I got assistant stage manager again. I'm so excited. That show is with a different director. He's one of our other directors, but he mostly does like stage and lights and stuff for the shows run by our other director, and he's really nice. But he's a little intimidating because he has very high expectations, and as he should. And I am very ready to show him that I am up to that and that I can do very good. Not that I think my role is crazy. But we're also doing it in a different theater. It's called the Black Box Theater. It's a smaller sized theater. Black Box's ours has a platform on the bottom. It's not like a stage. Well, we have a built platform, and then we'll put like curtains around it to like simulate wings. But yeah, it's just a smaller space. It's in smaller sizes and more compact and more intimate. And yeah, I'm really excited. I already miss my friends. My older brother figure gets to play Orin, so he gets to slap me in the face, which is really fun because guess who also has a level 1 stage fighting certificate? Me. which is what gave me the shin splints, but it's worth it, I guess, because now I can put that on my resumes that I have level 1 stage combat training, because I do, and I have dance training, and I have so much more experience behind me, and I've analyzed scripts, I've been a dramaturg, I've done so much, and it's all been so much fun, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. I am worried for the second semester because this first semester kicked my ass so hard. But I'm going into it with an open mind and hopefully better coping habits and the knowledge that I can, and we'll get through it. No matter what. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get to show my chops a little bit more. I was a side character in Elephant and Piggies Rare to Play, which was fantabulous, but didn't really have a lot of character depth. And so getting to go from that to Audrey is so exciting. And my high school troupe is gonna come see me, hopefully, which is also very important to me, that I do very, very well because, they kind of looked up to me when I was in high school and I did shows there, and I don't intend to let them down at all. I intend to raise their expectations of themselves and of me. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I covered before. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I'm really grateful for all the people that I love and that have taken care of me and that have pulled me through, because it was not just me. I know I did it, but I wouldn't have been able to do it the way that I did it without everybody standing by me and helping me, and all my mentors helping me and guiding me and not being judgmental and meeting me at my level and talking to me and understanding me. It's all such a good community, and I felt really seen and really understood and really cared for there, even in my bad days. Yeah, I don't know. It's been good. It's been hard, but it's been good. Yeah. So I think that's it. Please remember to love yourself, even on your bad days. Remember to give yourself grace. It's hard. No matter what age you are, it's hard. It's not easy. This world sucks a lot sometimes, and a lot of things can happen to make it worse. The only thing you can do is love yourself. Please remember there's always somebody in your court, even if it's just you. And remember to be kind, even on your bad days, because there's so many people out there that are hurting too. And sometimes, when we're kind to people, and when those people are struggling like us, we make friends that understand us and give us a reason to keep moving on. Remember to eat, remember to drink, remember to sleep. Even if you feel like you're a failure, you're not. You're not. Things happen. We fail. That doesn't mean we're a failure. Okay? Everything happens. We just have to keep going. There's not an option. We just have to. I love you. I hope you love yourself, but if you don't, pretend until you do. Yeah. Just keep yourself safe out there. It's a scary world. It can be scary. Anyways, oh! I completely forgot to talk about this. My first video. Sorry. Reversing all of that. Well, not reversing, because it's true. But adding it. Today, I sat down. These are all letters from my high school graduation. And I read through all of them. And, focus on them. Focus on them. Focus on them, please. Okay. And I was reading them before I started this, and it just kind of reminded me how grateful I am, and how far I've gone. So many of these lovely notes, especially from people from my high school, were about how they admired that I was always myself, and that I inspired them to be themselves too. And I thought that was really cool and really important. And it made me feel better. Because no matter what, you just have to keep being yourself. And you have to stay true to yourself and kind to yourself. And when you do that, you'll find people who will love you. And you'll make the world better for it. So, don't dull your light. Don't do it. Okay. That's all I will have to say. I love you. Anyways, I'll show you my dog to finish this video off. Courage, come here. Come here. Come here. You're donkey. It's my dog. My baby boy who I've missed so dearly. Okay. Remember to love yourself.